Said for all the times nothing promises dead. I had nightmares along the way. I made prayers in vain. I've waited so long to catch my breath.
Hello, everybody. It's a wonderful afternoon here at our local establishment as we're bringing you the AEW New Japan Pro Wrestling Forbidden Doors preview show. We're going to be talking about all the matches on that card. I'm Bobby Munson, for those who don't know, and I'm joined by a panel of absolute experts that are going to make me look way better at this than I actually am. Right beside me, right there, that Canada guy, Andre. How you doing, sir?
I am doing absolutely phenomenal, sir. Just listen to you and Paris doing an absolutely tremendous job of busting out. Now I'm here to talk with all you guys about some great professional wrestling.
Fantastic. And your tag team partner on the New Japan Pro Wrestling side, right below you there, Melball Collins. How you doing?
Hey, I cannot complain. I am so excited to see the addition of Kojima onto the Forbidden Door card here. I am so excited to see the Bread Club in action again, my friend.
And I think everybody's excited to see some puppy power on screen right there.
Oh, look at that little baby.
Very different from 20 years ago when Jerry Lawler used to say puppies, but okay.
Puppies. I think these are the puppies he was referring to.
Those are the right. Oh, definitely.
100%.
Those are the good ones.
But on the AEW expert side of things, right below me right there, it's LFG. Lauren, Goodnight. How are you doing?
What's up? It is a Sunday morning, and I am home and not at church, enjoying myself. I love it. I am thriving, surviving. I am moisturized and in my lane. And tonight is pay-per-view night, so LFG, let's fucking go.
Yeah, it's going to be a fun time. We're going to be talking about all the matches on the card. And even as I kind of finished getting all the different stuff loaded up here for us to talk about and all the different pictures I could find, they added like 3 matchups to the opening card, the pre-show. So we got
the 0 hour?
The 0 hour has 4 matches that are now listed on it.
I slept last night, so I missed that. I'm really interested to see. I shouldn't have slept.
If this was announced even like while we were on Busting Out, I believe. Like this is like recent. I'm pretty sure that when I checked this morning that Athena and Billie Starkz was still the only 0 hour matchup that was announced. But I will mention this.
Yes.
They announced the trios match on Collision last night. That I know because I watched. But the other 2, I maybe I missed them, but I don't remember them talking about them.
Okay, perfect. So that's a little background of where they came from. I will mention all 4 of these as they are just the 0 hour ones, and then I'm going to go to each one of you and kind of get your thoughts on maybe which of the 4 you're most looking forward to and just your kind of general thoughts on these. So the first one we have, it's Athena versus Billie Starkz. Second one is United Empire, which will be Jeff Cobb, Kyle Fletcher, and TJP taking on Los in. Oh man, please somebody help me out with it.
Los Ingobernables.
Thank you. That Shingo
Takagi.
Okay, yes, thank you. and Takahashi. I can say Takahashi. I got that one right.
Hiromu
Hiromu
Takahashi and
Takahashi.
Uh,
Oh my god.
fantastic.
I'm dead.
Okay, so then we got Stu Grayson taking on El Phantasmo, and then Mogul Embassy, which is Swerve Strickland, Teo Leona. Hopefully I said that right. And Bishop Khan, I believe, taking on Roppongi Vice, Rocky Romero, and Trent Beretta, and El Desperado. So
Yes.
I'm going to go to Lauren. Kick us off here. What are you looking forward to out of that bunch there? What can we expect?
Oh, now that I've got them all laid out in front of me, it's like a smorgasbord. I really love seeing Roppongi Vice. It gives me that feel of nostalgia for that time, like right before I got into NJPW, and I'm definitely looking for them. That's going to be fantastic. I love Swerve Strickland. I just think he's such a dynamic character actor, and he's such a good wrestler, almost that he gets overlooked. Like, I'd love to see him in a belt scene right now. He definitely, with his work, has at least shown that he should be up for that TNT title, whether he gets it or not. What? Oh no, he was up for Intercontinental for a long time.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I still call it Intercontinental. I know it's transatlantic, but it's Intercontinental. Hey, Turnbuckle, what's up?
Yeah. So we got both Astrid and Turnbuckle Studios in here.
Astrid, I didn't see you come in.
Yeah, Astrid was in earlier while you're at the beginning there. So hey, as Astrid says, as we
That's what we love.
let's go over this way. Andre, get your thoughts on these 0 hour matchups. What are you looking forward to?
As much as, again, I'm a United Empire homer. Like, I got a banner down in my basement. Mel got me. She got the T-shirt. I got to give it up to Stu Grayson and El Phantasmo.
Ooh.
I think 2 Canadian boys dueling it out. I think having an incredible match. El Phantasmo just needs to get a better haircut. That's my main thing. But no, dude, I saw ELP here in Edmonton a few years ago, and I think this dude's absolutely incredible. He has been on the rise in New Japan. Him leaving Bullet Club and now being on his own, I think is an absolutely tremendous place for him right now, and his evolution up the card. And him and Stu Grayson, I don't think gets enough props for how good that guy is in the ring, especially in his singles capacity. So I am insanely looking forward to those two squaring off on the 0 hour.
Awesome, sounds good. Melball, what are you looking forward to on the 0 hour?
I mean, since Andre's going to sleep on United Empire, I'm not. It got 3 of the top tier members of United Empire in this match with TJP. I mean, that's just a ring veteran right there. Everything he does is just pure entertainment. But then you have Jeff Cobb, who is just like absolutely solid. And then who's the third one? Why did I forget the third one?
Sorry, let's go back to that. That would be
TJP, Jeff Cobb.
Kyle Fletcher.
How can I sleep on Aussie Open? I mean, you're missing Mark Davis in that combination. It's a very odd kind of mismatch of United Empire because you have one half of the former world tag champions and you have one half of the current junior tag team champions teaming together. But if you watch Andre and Melball's Wrestling Talk, you'll know that there is no one more united as a team or faction in NJPW than the United Empire right now. They work so flawlessly together and so fluidly together. I say the same thing about LIJ, but United Empire actually has taken it a step above LIJ and really have made it just their staple. So this is one match that I'm looking absolutely forward to, especially seeing a face wash from TJP. I can't wait for that.
Should be an exciting time. I will mention that I'm looking forward to Athena and Billie Starkz. I know Billie Starkz had an opportunity in MLW, which was fantastic. It was my first introduction to her work. Athena is great. Love her work as well too. I think this will kick things off beautifully. Also looking forward to the fact that there's 4 matches on a pre-show, so it makes it worth tuning into as opposed to a bunch of people talking the entire time. And as Esther said, Athena versus Billie. She's excited for Billie. Billie's great. I think that it's going to be a great
absolutely
platform. Plus, it's the Owen Hart Women's Tournament. So, yay, Owen Hart. Love Owen Hart.
Okay, the biggest issue I have is that there's no Canadians in the entirety of the Owen Hart tournament.
Okay. I mean, sure. It's Owen Hart.
You know that the booking with these guys can be a little questionable sometimes, you know?
Little off, just occasionally.
And Astrid having a good chuckle about the very long night that we all have ahead of us with this entire card.
Astrid.
Yeah, it's going to be like
14
NJPW show at 2 a.m.
Hold on here.
For me, 5 to 10 at
No, Astrid, I really do love you. That was mean of me. I actually do love you.
Oh, fantastic! But let's go to the
Run
main
while you
card
can,
because
girl.
we do have a long night ahead of us. So let's talk about the main card, the 10 matches on the main card here. We'll start with this one right here. It is for that international championship that we talked about. Daniel Garcia, Orange Cassidy, the champion, Shibata, and Zack Sabre Jr. This time, I'm going to go over to you first, Mel. Your thoughts on this matchup? Who do you think is going to come out victorious?
I mean, we've got the submission magician in Zack Sabre Jr. You got Katsuyori Shibata, who arguably is like spawning. He's got Ren Narita, who's like a little mini-me in NJPW as well. And he's taught him pretty much everything he knows. I mean, Narita has become that technical wizard as well. I don't know a whole ton about the AEW guys. I don't watch AEW regularly, so I've only kind of caught clips of them. But like my vote for this one, Zack Sabre Jr. I mean, it's the TV champion. He's been retaining that championship for a hot minute. He's doing very well. I mean, the title is ugly. I'm not going to lie. But like Zack Sabre Jr. has this well-rounded entertainment about him in that he can come in, do the work that he needs to physically in ring, but he's also got this loud mouth that really gets the crowd kind of going into the match. So yeah, my one with this one, it's going to be a technological awesomeness. But yeah, Zack Sabre Jr. I'm hoping for anyway.
Hope for Zack Sabre Jr. Fantastic. Lauren, how about yourself? Who's coming out victorious in this one?
Orange Cassidy, without a doubt. Maybe Daniel Garcia, and it'll be due to some issues. Whatever that is, there's going to be something. I don't see one of the NJPW guys getting it, mostly because Shibata's already holding a Khan-owned title, and Zack Sabre Jr. is already holding an IWGP title. So it'll probably either go straight back to the person that they've been booking like fucking Superman, or it'll go to one of their currently unbelted technical golden boys in Garcia.
It's a very fair assessment. I think that the company personally is very high on Orange Cassidy, and I think that run is going to continue going. So I see it going that way. But Andre, let's pick your brain on this one. What do you think, sir?
As much as I would love to see my boy Zack Sabre Jr. get that title, because I think he would do absolutely tremendous things on AEW television every single week.
He would.
He's heading back in 2 weeks to go start the G1. This is their Dynamite TV title. Yes. Right? And TNT, and the TNT title is now the Collision TV title. Orange Cassidy has been on such an incredible run that as much as this would be a great place to take it off Garcia, to put it on Garcia, maybe him pinning Shibata because we've had going to war about it, or him pinning. I see Cassidy getting a sneak belt pin or something out of it and sneaking that win, like he's been doing so well and so often, and just it's been an incredible run for him.
Really has. You could say that this match is going to be freshly squeezed.
Oh, come the fuck on. It's too early in the goddamn day for that. Oh,
Bobby.
Look at that. I just ruined it for us all. Anyway, moving on from there, the next matchup that we've got is also an Owen Hart tournament matchup. We've got CM Punk taking on Kojima. So another match on the card here. Let's go Andre first on this one. Andre, your thoughts on this one? Who's walking out victorious?
It's CM Punk. I think it's kind of obvious. Again, Kojima, I love Kojima. I think he's one of the greatest legends in fresh wrestling, like leader of the Bread Club, the man with the greatest speed chops of all time. Like just bang, bang, bang. I love this guy. But CM Punk is I think he's winning the Owen Hart Cup because everything that has been said, he has a promo from when he came back on Collision saying, until somebody pins me, I'll be here until somebody can pin me. I don't think this guy is losing for the next long while. This guy is going, unless like he gets screwed out of a win somehow, but like he's not getting pinned for a long time. And I can see, I think it's going to be a GTS in 1, 2, 3, but I was really wanting this match to be GTS versus G2S. That's all I wanted when that G's came out. And I can see Kenta rolling out, maybe hitting a G2S on Punk after the match. I would love to see that just for the highlight of it all.
It could still happen, that's for sure. Mel, let's get your thoughts. Who's walking out victorious?
The opinions of Andre are not shared by Andre and Melball's Wrestling Talk.
Just a little disclaimer there.
Unfortunately, I have to agree with Andre. Just because the booking with CM Punk, it always seems to be favored in CM Punk's corner. I don't agree with it, but it is what it is. Kojima is, I would say, one of the aging veterans in NJPW. He's one of those guys that you put the guys like CM Punk against them because he's going to put on a great show and that he's going to make them look tremendous. So the match itself is going to be tremendous, but I definitely, unfortunately, do see Punk coming up on the tail end of this one. But Little Bread Club here is going to be just cheering him on the whole time. Thank you.
Fantastic. Lauren, your thoughts on this one? Who's coming out victorious?
Punk. I hate that so much. I hope that Shibata whips him so fucking hard he feels it for the next goddamn month. For what he has done, he deserves every single one of his wins, which he's going to have for fucking a year. I don't know. He better fucking fight for him. I want to see bruises on that man's face for the rest of the year.
So yeah, bruised out.
I want to see a couple of broken noses. I would love to see blood. Let him come back. Let him come back and earn his fucking place. Don't let him come back and, have Tony Khan simping after him, which is what it looks like. Have him earn every single one of those moments. Yeah. And then I'll get my respect back for him.
It's got to earn it back. But yes, it is clear. I think very clear who's going over in this matchup. CM Punk, I share all your sentiments. Nothing more that I can really add to it other than this seems like his tournament to lose at this moment, but they could pull the trigger and go a different way somewhere throughout. I don't know, but I'm certainly on the side of, I'm pretty sure that CM Punk is going all the way with them wanting to push him as the star of Collision, as it would seem there for sure. As we've got, look who's just joining us in. It's
Ed, what's up?
Jay White's biggest fan, Mr. Ed Fries. OLED. Hey, friends, he says. Ed, Jay White might not be on the card tonight, but it doesn't mean he can't appear. And Astrid, let me know there he is. Look at that handsome devil up there behind Andre. Fantastic. And look at that. The abs are showing, ready for advertisement.
Advertisement. That's right. There they are.
Fantastic.
Advertisement Sundays.
Ed, come on, Ed. Play nice. Play nice, please.
That's the point, Ed. That is the point.
What did Ed say?
Oh, he's got a little bit of a 4-letter word directed at Jay.
Does he have the fuck word?
He does. He does.
Yes, that is the word, Lauren. That is the word. That is the point.
Okay.
That is the word.
That one right there. There we go. So just so we have it up there for you. We're gonna play that one out now. Moving on from there, the next match on the card, we've got the Blackpool Combat Club are going to be taking on the Elite. The Blackpool Combat Club also going to have, please talk. Obviously, I don't know pronunciations very well, so
I got this.
All right.
Shota Umino and Konosuke Takeshita.
Thank you. And then, of course, we got Ishii and Kingston over on the side of the Elite. Lauren, I'm going to go. Lauren's dancing, so we can't. How can we not go to Lauren first on this one?
I am firmly on the side of both these guys. 110%. I want this to be on the record books. I don't care who wins. This is maybe the only match on the entire card. I don't give a shit who wins. I'm going to walk away happy. It's probably not going to be the heels, but if it is Blackpool Combat Club, then we can go ahead and follow that entirely through, and this will end up being a heel show because that'll give us the temperature, or at least in my mind, I think that's going to be the temperature. Oh, it doesn't mean I'm not cheering for the Elite. I wish they had had more time to build up the Eddie and Mox portion of it, because that deserved more, and there just wasn't time, I guess. It's good to see Ishii. I love watching the Pitbull. I am so happy to see Shota Umino. You don't understand. I love Shooter. I have loved him since he was a little young boy. I have loved him since he was picked up. It was fantastic. And Takeshita is a delight every single time I watch him. So I'm a Blackpool Combat Club simp. So I'm very much into this, and I don't care who wins.
Well, as
yes,
saying,
I hope both these guys have fun.
There you go. And Ed coming in. Lauren, who on the other side is Mox kissing this time?
Oh, who's he gonna lay one on? Let's see. Kenny. God, I hope it's Kenny. If it's Kenny, then they can bring in Ibushi without an issue.
Fair enough. Andre, get your thoughts on this match, and maybe also on who Mox might plant one on here tonight.
Well, I'm going with BCC for this because, again, like I don't remember. I love the Elite, but like I think the Elite is going to implode in this because they're teaming with Eddie Kingston. Eddie Kingston is going to cause a rift because he's not friends with the Elite. He's just going against Jon Moxley, but he still has heat with the Elite. Like the whole thing is they're not friends. They've been enemies in the past. So he's going. There's going to be some kind of friction there, and he's not going to be able to get along. And it's going to cause their team to lose. I'm going with a Blackpool Combat Club mainly because I love myself some Claudio Castagnoli. I think this guy is arguably one of the top 5 best wrestlers in the world. And Umino. I'm not as much of a homer as Lauren is on Umino because I think the guy still has to figure out who the hell he is. I said this on multiple shows we've talked about. He's a cross between Moxley, Tanahashi, and Naito, and he's not his own flavor yet. He's just 3 random flavors mixed together. I think he just needs to find himself, but I still see Blackpool Combat Club taking the win here by nefarious means.
That's very fair assessment. Melball, what are your thoughts on this one? And maybe also get in on that conversation. Who's Mox giving a big old kiss to today?
I'm kind of in a weird situation with this one because I was excited when I first saw it, but then I'm like, I look at particularly like the Elite side of it, and I go, yeah, that's a team of like a mismatch. So yeah, Adam Page and the Young Bucks. Now I don't follow AEW, but from what I understand, this is a recent reunion.
It's
for
reunion,
the 3
yes.
of them.
Mm-hmm.
So to me, that doesn't say that they're solid, that they really know and that they're on the same page. But then throwing Eddie Kingston in there. Eddie Kingston is the wildest of the wild cards that you could freaking throw into anything. So he is just like, I have to agree, the monkey wrench that's going to break down, I think, on the side of the Elite. But then you have Ishii. And Ishii is just Ishii. He stone pitbulls through everything. He doesn't care that he's on a team. It is Team Ishii through and through. So he's going to be wrecking shit regardless of if it's his own team or if it's the opposite team. So for me, but then I also look at the other one, and to my understanding, that AEW team is also kind of a mismatch of people because you have those 3 who are, the Blackpool guys, but then to my understanding, the other 2 are part of another faction. So they're also kind of thrown together. To me, I don't see the team unity on either team. So I kind of feel like this is probably going to be the clusterfuck match of the night, where there's going to be a lot more, as I like to say, glorious chaos happening to kind of make everything entertaining. I'm hoping because of the people involved that it ends up being a great story. Because for me, I'm just looking at it going, it's just going to be chaos. And I'm hoping that there's something that I can latch onto to pull me through the whole match.
Fantastic. I almost find that it closely resembles the mixed tag matches that tend to be on the Japanese cards, especially in New Japan and stuff like that. They have a lot of those 10-man, 10-person tag matches that occur, and this match is that homage to that particular setup. I do believe the Blackpool Combat Club will come out victorious, and I believe Mox is going to get one big giant group kiss, 5-on-5 group kissing right across the board. Why not? Might as well go full blown for a Forbidden Door card like this.
Happy Pride.
Yeah. And Ash would say, and that's accurate, Mel. LOL, wildest of wild cards.
I'm really excited because the hatred between Castagnoli and Kingston is a huge selling point of Ring of Honor right now. And Kingston and Ishii have been building a rapport, a professional rapport, for 2.5 years, and they'd called each other out for years before. So to have them, linking arms isn't shocking. It continues a story, like having Shooter come back and be an adult tagging with Moxley's current group. It shows the next step in that storyline, in the Mox Young Boy storyline. And I'm really interested to see that third wrench thrown into the Kingston Moxley storyline, which is Castagnoli, or the Kingston Castagnoli, which is Mox. I'm very interested to see where that goes, specifically because we've seen such a foul rivalry maybe 2 years ago between Kingston and Mox. Like, it was mean. It was not a good time. And they only got back together after the non-exploding barbed wire death match, which was a fantastic match that will only be remembered for the one thing that didn't happen. And, that breaks my heart because it was really good, but we're going to get a continuation of that story. And I think that it's not going to be as chaotic. And I think that we are going to get at least some linear storytelling with one of those 3 segments. And I don't know. I'm super excited.
Fantastic. Speaking of things in 3s, we got trios action on this card. We got Chris Jericho, Suzuki, and Sammy Guevara taking on Kingston, Wheeler Yuta, and Umino.
That was changes.
There was changes. Okay, Andre, run me through the changes, because again, I am not quite up to speed.
It's Le Suzuki Gods versus, which is Jericho, Suzuki, and Geuvara versus Sting, Darby Allin, and Naito.
Okay, there was okay.
That was the old card that came. That was the original match that was playing, but then everything got shuffled, and then he ended up in the other match. So
card subject to change, and with that change being said, Mel, let's get your thoughts first on. And I will repeat that there. Sorry, Andre, that was Suzuki Gods with Jericho, Guevara, Suzuki versus Sting, Darby Allin, and Naito. Okay, that's Mel. Your thoughts first.
Naito.
Sir.
Say it in the back of your fucking nose, dude.
I'm learning.
Naito. It's like saying night in Japanese. Very simple. Naito.
Lessons from Lauren. Lauren teaches Japanese.
I could try. I've worked for a Japanese company. I've done some of this before, but no, man. Yeah,
I marked out when I saw this match announced because Naito. The incredible opportunity that people suddenly have now being able to see Naito in Toronto, which is I'm jealous. I know so many people there. Arg.
I've seen Naito. He's awesome.
Oh, so jealous. The fact that you get to have Naito potentially versus Suzuki, though, on this show is just... But the weird thing for me is going to be seeing Jericho and Naito kind of meeting again, because the last time they were together, I'm really sorry, like if whoever liked it, I didn't like it. I felt that the meeting between Jericho and Naito, the tour that Jericho did in Japan was very underwhelming to me. I felt like the matches he had were just the same thing, just a different person. So they felt very underwhelming to me. The addition of Sting and Darby Allin, I've always been a Sting fan. I mean, I grew up with Sting. But like Darby Allin is a weird one. Sometimes I really, really enjoy him. Sometimes I really, really don't enjoy him. And I don't know if I'm going to enjoy him until he starts his freaking match. So I'm like kind of on the fence of this. One thing I will say, though, everyone, don't forget to Kazuchika, right? You don't want a late night visit from the boogeyman Suzuki. So just
Murder Grandpa.
Shoosh. Kazuchika Ray at the right part, please. We don't need any wrestling deaths tonight.
Fair enough. Ed saying he's seen it. Help me again.
Naito. He actually like wrote it incorrectly. He wrote it as
that doesn't help me.
Yeah, he wrote Nieto.
Just reverse that, the vowels there.
Naito. But Sting, he says.
It's what you should be chanting when he's coming out. Naito.
Naito.
There we go.
Hold up the towel. Yeah.
Yeah, bounce it around, or your little shoulder thing.
Yes, exactly.
Going over to Lauren, your thoughts on this one?
I want to see Naito win. I want to see Naito be the one to just take out Jericho. That is what I would like to see. I think they have been booking Darby extremely well, and the Jericho Sting thing. I mean, it's got years and years behind it, but I think that this might be Naito's time to, take out Jericho. I would be really excited to see that. That's what I'd want to see. That being said, I don't think they'll win. But if they do, it'll be, Naito pinning Jericho.
Fantastic. Andre, pick your brain on this one.
I'm picking Sting, Darby Allin, and Tetsuya Naito to win. Naito getting the Destino on Sammy Guevara.
On Sammy?
But I'm so excited to yell Kazuchika Ray in the bar tonight. He better goddamn play his music. He better get a goddamn entrance. Not like Saturday where you just came out. Where we got fucked on it last year, and the fact that Saturday he just came out with Jericho, and I was just like, no Kazuchika Ray. But yeah, I love me some Murder Grandpa for the win. I love this guy, but I'm seeing Naito pinning Geuvara in this match of anybody. I'm going to see him pin Geuvara.
Fair enough.
Suzuki is definitely not taking a pin in that. 100%.
No, there's no way Suzuki is taking a pin.
I've got to say that after hearing all three of you talk, I'm really excited for Naito. I can't wait.
Naito.
You've got my expectations up high now for him. I see that this one is going to be used to build Sting and Jericho, which I know some people who are going in a live capacity would love to see Sting and Jericho live in old man form, I guess. I'm not as high on seeing that because I don't care at this age. I think both should retire and respect what they did in the past and leave it there. I like them both. I just don't think that that's going to be a good match or anything. But I do see this is an opportunity for somebody to shine. And with all the great praise for Naito, I'm looking forward to it. As Astor coming in, I am between Sammy and Jericho taking the pin. Sammy is going to leave Jericho's side very soon, and so he should, because he is a young blue chipper with a great career ahead of him and could do some great things. So it would be nice to see for sure. So next up on this card, let me find my place. Oh yes, I can't wait to talk about this one because we've got Adam Cole, baby, taking on Filthy Tom Lawler. And oh my God, Filthy Tom Lawler and those Daisy Dukes. Oh, yes, fantastic. In fact, because of that, Mel, let's get your thoughts on this matchup in particular.
I just muted my phone. I gotta hear this.
Pants. Man, this is going to be a great match, though. I mean, Tom Lawler, he's another one who really took it to Zack Sabre Jr. when they were fighting for that TV title there. And even in the G1, Tom Lawler surprised me. Like, I came into NJPW Strongs learning about Team Filthy and going, no, thank you. It's a pass. Senior Fringe did not help anything there with Royce Isaacs. But, Tom Lawler really impressed me during that last tournament. Between his in-ring performance and his commentary with Kevin Kelly, it was just profound. But then when Andre and I had the opportunity to meet him and talk to him and see he was actually like just a chill, tall guy with weird ears, like it was just really, really cool. And then to hear him come out to Kiss from a Rose was just perfect. Nice. But in regards to this match, I know this is going to get me some heat. I've never been a big Adam Cole fan. So for me, this is going to be please let Tom Lawler come up on top of this one. Just for me, the size and the experience kind of makes more sense with him. But at the same time, Adam Cole is a very, very big name right now in AEW, especially with his lady there, Miss Baker. Astrid, I know. But like, as much as I hate the short shorts and the Magic Mike, not Magic Mike, nothing magical about it at the beginning of the show with Tom Lawler, he's just a stronger dude. I feel like his experience and his technicality is going to be a lot for Adam Cole to kind of handle in this one.
Great assessment. Andre, I'm going to go over to you. Your thoughts on this one?
I'm probably picking wrong, but I'm picking Tom Lawler, my boy. The man, I love this guy. I've loved him since his UFC days. I think this guy's absolutely incredible. Adam Cole is an absolutely phenomenal talent, but I'm picking with my heart here. It's Tom Lawler. I think this guy is an absolutely incredible professional wrestler. The short shorts are awesome. I'm down with the short shorts. I never wear them myself, but
come on.
Sun's out, buns out, boys.
Yeah. I know y'all want to see
guns. Guns are out, not buns.
Buns. I mean, yeah,
sun's out, buns out. Come on. but no, I have to go with that. Tom Lawler. Tom, I don't know if he's gonna win it up, but I think this dude's absolutely incredible. And there's a lot of these matches where you pick the right thing to pick, it would be an AEW, but I gotta think, and New Japan has to win some of these matches. I'm going with Tom Lawler because he's so good, just so good.
Yeah, I'll get to my point in a second there, but Lauren, let's get your thoughts on this one.
I agree with Astrid in the chat. This is Adam Cole's to lose. He is being booked in a very interesting way right now, in my opinion, because yes, this is one of the few matches where it would absolutely make sense for Lawler to possibly come out on top. I don't think it's going to happen. Cole currently is the face of their reality show, and he is just every single audience he goes in front of, it doesn't matter what city, just is immediately behind him. He brings all of those years in NXT and NJPW, and he has made them into such a marketable persona, and it is being marketed right now heavily, that I don't see Tom coming out on top. Although I would love to, see new talent, not new talent, but new talent winning on this show. Maybe talent that we have only seen once or twice on the show, like Lawler.
That's another great assessment. I'm going to kind of go with a Tom Lawler agreement on the win, and I will say it this way. Adam Cole has got his problems with people on the AEW roster, including the current champion, who would love nothing more than to add embarrassment to Adam Cole's name. And MJF could be an outside factor in this one, costing Adam Cole the match while making Adam Cole still look strong and not taking away from Tom Lawler picking up a big win for New Japan Pro Wrestling. I love me Tom Lawler. He is phenomenal. I've loved every bit of his MLW run. The things I've watched from New Japan, he is just awesome. I really think that he is something special again. And Filthy Tom Lawler, another edition of Filthy Island anytime. I loved that. Absolute chaos. It was great. Astrid saying, I was thinking MJF would cost Adam that match too. That's where my brain's going, because again, it doesn't make Adam Cole look bad in that situation where he's at the top of the card for AEW while still giving New Japan a massive win over on the Tom Lawler side. Just my thoughts on it too.
Especially based on his popularity, Adam Cole can take a strategic loss and still look strong, regardless of how the loss happens. He's just that character.
Yeah.
If MJF does interfere, I will see. I could definitely see MJF losing. No, MJF's not fighting Okada.
No,
Fuck.
not Okada.
MJF's. Who's MJF fighting?
Tanahashi.
Tanahashi. Thank you.
Yeah.
It is Sunday morning. It is Sunday morning.
We have concerns about this match.
Yeah, I could. If one interferes with the other, then it's going to be reciprocal shenanigans.
Well, and
so if I am wrong in one, I will be right in the other.
Yeah, and Astrid saying, plus MJF said he wants to open so he doesn't have to watch the rest of the card. MJF,
that is some dipshit Brock Lesnar bullshit, and he's not big enough and bad enough to have that happen.
But he does it because he knows it irritates people. I love it.
Yeah, he's going to be backstage for the whole thing. He's going to check everybody out. He doesn't give a shit. It's going to be great.
That's right. And so moving on from there on this card, we have the AEW Women's World Championship matchup. The champion Toni Storm is going to be defending against the New Japan Pro Wrestling Strong Women's Champion Willow Nightingale. So I'm going to go over, Andre, we're going to start over with you on this one. Your thoughts?
It's Toni Storm's winning this. Again, she's on the road to probably facing Jamie Hayter when she's back from injury at All In. This is just another, but I think Willow's just gonna. I think they're gonna have an absolutely incredible match. Willow's been just doing the best work I've ever seen her do. Like, got to see her about a year and change ago at Love Pro Wrestling, and then since then I've just been following her. Like I was following her before, but I was like so much more since I got to meet her. And but after the match with Mercedes Moné, and then she's been so prominent on AEW TV this past few weeks, especially. They're going to have an absolutely incredible match, but Toni Storm is going to, I think, especially after the Ruby Soho stuff from a couple weeks ago, and Toni spraying Ruby in the face, they're going to get Willow's going to get kind of screwed over by the Outcasts, and Toni Storm is going to pick up a dirty win here.
That very fair assessment. Lauren, your thoughts? Who's going to walk out successful? Sorry, in this one.
Yeah, I'll second that. That's a very fair assessment. There's no way that they're going to put it on Willow. I think it'll very possibly be. It won't be squashy. And Sky Blue might come out to be, being accompanied by Sky Blue, the NJPW Women's Strong Champion, Willow Nightingale. I think that it's going to be numbers game. And that means that Willow's going to be looking up at the skylights.
It's probably going to be a consensus. We'll find out in a moment. Astrid said she's good with either winning, and I think everyone can agree to that at least
easily.
Anyway. But Mel, I want to know your thoughts. Who's going to walk away?
With this one, from what I understand, again, I don't watch AEW regularly, but from what I see and understand, the Outcasts, is that what they call themselves? Ruby,
yes.
Saraya, and
Saraya.
Tony.
Mhm.
From what I understand, they're kind of like the more attractive, more functional version of House of Torture on AEW, where they're interfering, but they're pretty. So it makes their shenanigans a little bit more palatable to the general public. I feel like that's going to be, as you guys mentioned, a factor in what's going on with the match. But also, I feel like Tony Storm just won the title. I don't know for sure, but I don't feel that it'd be intelligent for them to kind of remove it from her right away, especially with her being in all these kind of feuds. I also feel that because Julia just challenged Willow last night for the NJPW Strong title, that it would be a little maybe conflicting for Willow to be a double champion. So I think it would be the smarter one to have, again, like an interference where, as we mentioned earlier, where it doesn't take away from Willow looking strong. But, when the numbers game overwhelms you, that's just gonna kind of be what it is. It's like when Andre and I talk about anyone losing to House of Torture. It's like, did they really lose to just Evil, or did they lose to all 4 members of House of Torture? When they lose to all 4, they still look strong. So to me, I think that they can play this really, really well. I look forward to seeing how much they just slug it out in ring, because Tony has been just angry, and I like it.
Yeah, I agree. Looking forward to it as well too. Astrid saying Willow only has Sky Blue, Tony has Saraya and Ruby, and looking NJPW Strong. Fantastic. And I think the same thing. I don't think Tony's losing. I think the only way out of it, giving Willow a win, would be by counter or DQ, but I don't feel it's going to go that way. I feel Tony is going to get that advantage. Her team's going to be there for her a little bit more, and we're going to see Tony Storm walking away victorious and still the women's champion, of course. You know what? I know this matchup. I know somebody from Bustin' Out said this is their most looked forward to matchup of the night. So, Andre, how about Kenny Omega and Will Ospreay? We're going to go over to you first on this one, because I want to get all your thoughts on it, because you're very much looking forward to it. So, who's walking out victorious?
If the bubbles were up, you'd already see who I'm cheering for. If the bubbles were up, it would say Andre, Team Ospreay, C. Forever I've been talking Will Ospreay since he was the tiny flippy junior guy that he was. There it is, right there.
There we go.
There it is. Since he was the tiny flippy junior guy, I was behind this guy, and since he's developed into arguably one of the best in-ring professional wrestlers going in the world today, he's the best in my opinion. Just incredible, and I actually personally believe this is going to be actually the main event of the night. With MJF saying he wants to go on first, I think it's going to go first just to let this go last. As much as we all think Bryan and Okada could be this, because this has such history behind it. And the problem is, I don't think we're getting a clean finish. I think we're getting some kind of screwy finish that ends the match in a sense where it's going to build for a third match. I think it's going to actually be Ospreay maybe winning by disqualification or something, or in some weird way, so that the matches are 1-1, but Kenny still has the belt at the end, or we get a draw, one or the other. Because this is all leading, I guarantee you, to All In. It's going to be Kenny. It's going to be Ospreay. They're going to go. It's the biggest match. I think one of the biggest matches you could put on that card. And Ospreay has already said he's going to be there. So I see this as one thing about this match. I'm like, oh, is this going to be a draw? Is this going to be a 30-minute draw? Is it going to be a fucked finish? I don't know. I think the story of Will Ospreay walking into Wembley and winning a title is the crescendo that New Japan wants out of all of this. So again, I don't know how this ends. It's ending with Omega leaving with the belt in some form or fashion. That's all I know.
Definitely tell your passion for this one for sure. Mel, do you share the sentiments of your tag partner there from New Japan?
No, the fact that I'm wearing green makeup and wearing a United Empire shirt would suggest that no, I'm Team Omega. No, I'm not Team Omega. Come on, you guys. All of the examples that Will Ospreay has been using up until this point to talk negatively about us Canadians, it's all been about the dudes. I'm just saying. He hasn't said anything bad about us girls. So we're good. But I kind of had a little epiphany while Andre was talking and saying that, oh, it's not going to end cleanly. And the first thing that came to my head was that egghead, stupid, technicolored suit wearing numbskull Don Callis. And I'm like, so help me, baby Jesus. If I see that man, you're going to see a Melball use the Force to phase herself to Toronto and just like soul snatch somebody from television. I can't stand this man. That being said, though, I don't want what Andre said to happen. I want Ospreay to win because, again, as we mentioned earlier in the show, there's a certain amount of like, NJPW guys do have to pick up some wins at some point in this show. And in particular, if anyone follows Andre and Melball's wrestling talk, you'll know this Melball very, 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 very not happy with how the IWGP US title has been handled since it was created. I'm not happy with who's won it. I'm not happy with the matches that have happened. I'm not happy that it suddenly came in and then disappeared for a year because somebody kidnapped it. John Moxley. But anyway, for this match, I expect it to be as just big a banger as Wrestle Kingdom. I expect somebody to be bleeding by the end of it. Not that I want them to be bleeding, but I expect them to be hitting each other hard enough and doing things crazily, and just when they should be here, they're up here kind of stuff. I'm scared for how these guys are going to feel after this match, but I know that we're going to have a great time with it. I'm calling Ospreay, though. I know that it doesn't always make sense with that. Like, it doesn't make sense with the story and everything, but I want Ospreay just because I want that title back in an NJPW person's hands.
And 100%, I want Ospreay to win this title, but by story, I'm expecting Kenny to win.
It's been too long. It's been half a year now. Just give him the freaking title.
I agree.
Damn, someone's got a bias. I cannot with you, Mel. God damn.
Just because Kenny Omega's Canadian doesn't mean I stand with him. I will push him off the ledge if I need to.
Shit.
Well,
I will buy you your
Lauren.
Starbucks. God damn.
Let's find out what Lauren thinks, and who do you think is going to win, Lauren?
I agree with Andre. They are working towards All In, and they are working towards Ospreay winning a big title at Wembley. I think that would be the smartest choice. And while they make some dumb choices, I'm not sure this is going to be that dumb choice.
That's very fair. So we could see this maybe being a DQ this finish. So when Don Callis gets there to screw things all up, and then Melball uses the Force to transform herself into Toronto. I can't wait. That's more exciting to me than anything else. Like that's awesome. I can't wait to see that.
I will unlock my mutant powers. That is the hatred I have for Don Callis. I will unlock my mutant powers.
She literally Wrestle Kingdom. She literally muted the first 5 minutes of us watching the match because Don Callis was on commentary. That's
Damn!
I had to fight her to get there to put the commentary back on.
Damn!
He is not a fun person.
Got a very new friend here joining us in the chat. Again, I am bad at pronunciation, so I hope I do this right. Hassan Terrell, please correct me if I'm wrong, but thank you for joining us here on this fun afternoon. I think we're having a great time talking AEW's Forbidden Door. And of course, we got a couple more matches at least to cover here. So we were going to get right down to the nitty gritty of it. And let's talk about that AEW championship matchup. MJF defending against Tanahashi. Should be an interesting one. Let's go over to you first, Lauren. What are your thoughts? Who's going to walk away victorious?
MJF is currently in serious storylines regarding that title, and he is in weekly storylines regarding that title, and it is the number one title in the company. You wouldn't expect an AEW talent to win the IWGP heavyweight. I don't see MJF dropping it as much as I would want to. Because there's no one in the world that I would like to see more Well, I can't say that because there's so many people in NJPW I would love to see so much more of, but the ace would be pretty great.
Fantastic. Mel, your thoughts on this one? Who's going to be victorious?
I'm worried about this one. Just
because... are you?
Here's the thing.
Are you, Mark?
Tanahashi.
I'm kidding.
Is just I happily fly that badge of honor, my dear. Happily. Tanahashi is the ace. He's the ace of the company. He's the once in a century talent. And if you watch the ace 5 years ago, my gosh, the ace was incredible. But the ace is aged. The ace has had interactions with Jay White, with the Tanahashi tap out that have really, 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 really messed up his knees. And Tanahashi is not the Tanahashi he even was last year, let alone like last week. His knees are really affecting his ability to work. He's very stiff in ring. He's very sluggish in ring now. And it's almost to a point where it almost hurts me a little bit to see him step into the ring with people who are so much younger because they're so much quicker. They're running circles around him. Like we saw Shota Umino and Tanahashi get in there the other day, and it was like looking in a mirror, but like one of them was 20 years old and one of them was 40. Yeah. And the way that Shota was able, again, to wrestle circles around Tanahashi, it makes me very concerned because MJF is a very accomplished in-ring wrestler. Like I've seen very little of him, but what I have seen has been just top tier. There's a reason why he's the champion of that company. I expect that he's going to take very good care of Tanahashi in the ring, but in overall, I am a little concerned about Tanahashi's ability to keep up with MJF. I also don't see MJF dropping this title.
That's very fair. Andre, your thoughts? Who's going to be successful here?
Well, in the opening match of the pay-per-view, and I think this is going to be an absolutely incredible match. But I echo what Mel said. This is not the Tanahashi of even 5 years ago when he was still when he was running as champ, was still trading off titles with Okada. He has aged. He said you see it very differently. As I think him and MJF could have an incredible match here, and the story he's been trying to tell of I'm going to win this title, then I'm going to win the G1, then I'm going to win the NJPW title. It would be an amazing story, but it's not what's going to happen. Again, MJF is on this trajectory for 2024 for the bidding war, and he's not losing this title before close to end of the year, possibly, in my personal opinion. So MJF will retain, but through nefarious senses, because again, MJF isn't the guy like with Bryan Danielson. He didn't win it clean. He won it some shit. The last when he defended the title at Double or Nothing, he stole the win with the title by having Darby backdrop the title and then hitting the headlock takeover. He's going to do something stupid and something that's going to screw Tanahashi over, and he's going to get that dirty victory. And again, I'm very okay with it because I think MJF is having one of the best runs of professional wrestling right now that I very much enjoy this man. And Tanahashi is kind of guy that he's Teflon. He's Teflon. He can take a loss. He's taken lots of losses, and it doesn't diminish the star power of the legendary status that he has.
I'm going to go back to what I said earlier about MJF potentially being an X factor and costing Adam Cole. I think that Adam Cole will come back out to do something about that, get a sense of revenge, so to speak. But I think that is what is going to cost the matchup. This is either going to end with a DQ or a count out. I think Adam Cole will come out. He will attack MJF for the earlier costing of the matchup, and therefore costing the matchup this way. MJF will win by a DQ or something of the sort. My thoughts on it anyway. I think that storyline is what's going to unfold throughout the night. First. Mel, you were saying, sorry, I missed that.
Well, like what happens if MJF and Tanahashi open the show?
Oh, then that screws up my whole situation. Well then,
okay.
I just also want to say, I think the word of the show is nefarious.
Very nefarious. See, this is why I invited awesome people here, because you all know, and I'm just tagging along for the ride, having fun. One thing I'm not just tagging along for, though, and oh yes, this is the one I've been waiting for. Danielson and Okada. I am such a big mark for this matchup and for these two individuals. I've wanted this for a long ass time. I think Okada is going to win. I think Danielson will have zero problem with Okada going over in this matchup.
Yes, without a doubt.
And I got Lauren agreeing with me. So Lauren, let's get your thoughts first on this one.
This is going to be based on nothing other than BDE alone. This is who is going to walk out and throw the biggest salami on the table, and it's going to be Okada. I'm sorry. Okada is going to win this. There isn't a doubt. I would put actual facts money on that. Nice. I think he's not the better wrestler, but he is a damn fine performer. And I would love to see him used more in AEW. And this would be a great way to have that happen. I think it's going to be Okada. I think it's going to be via the Rainmaker. I think Danielson's going to be looking at the ceiling.
Yeah. And
I'll stand by that. Trust and believe.
I don't think it'll hurt Danielson one bit at the
same
time.
All.
And it'll be a star-making
He's a heel, so right now it's not a big deal.
Yeah, I think for Okada, it's a star-making performance in the North American market as well, too.
Yes.
Andre, get your thoughts next on this one.
I have been wanting this match since I watched my first full-on New Japan event when I became a fan at Wrestle Kingdom 9. It was the first time I really watched New Japan, and this when I got into it was in 2015. I've wanted this match ever since then. These two are two of the most incredible professional wrestlers of all time. Mm-hmm. Ospreay for me is just a little bit above these guys, but these Okada he's in his mid 30s now, and he early 30s, 30. Look it up, 35. He's my age. He's already hit legendary status. I'm pretty sure he's already in the Wrestling Observer Hall of Fame. Same with Bryan Danielson. He's already in the Observer Hall of Fame. These guys are legends. These guys are two of the best to ever step foot in a professional wrestling ring. And I am so incredibly excited to see this happen. I see Okada taking this because, again, like I said about Tanahashi, Bryan Danielson is Teflon. He doesn't need the win here. He's perfectly okay taking the loss. So I see this being Okada, and Okada's last year was not really that great for Okada in that match. So yeah, I look at that and I could this is Okada's real stepping out, especially on a major North American scene that a lot of fans that don't regularly watch him will see.
For sure. Yeah, I'm very much looking forward to it myself too. I have for all those reasons. But Mel, let's find out your thoughts. Who's going to be successful, and are you looking forward to this one as much as the rest of us?
It actually sounds like we're pretty unanimous on this. At first, I actually thought, based on the fact that Okada leveled. Oh, here it comes. I always mess up the name. Bryan Danielson.
Bryan Danielson.
What the frick? I blame the WWE for this. That guy. With Okada.
That is his real name, though.
My thing with Okada is he's like a Ken doll from Japan. It's just amazing. When he leveled the guy on Thursday or Friday, whichever day it was, I kind of thought that he had him that meant that Okada was not going to be taking a win there. But now I'm thinking about the story that's happening in NJPW currently with Okada, with these little young guns. We got Shota Umino, we got Ren Narita, who are pretty much scrapping with each other for the opportunity to scrap with Okada. And then we also have the Kaito Kitamura. It's just Okada is not having a good year. He's just having one of those, these children are effing around and they're about to find out kind of year. So I think that with that story in combination with the story that, Bryan Danielson or whatever he's having in AEW, and the combination of the story in NJPW, Okada going over would make more sense.
Yeah, couldn't agree more. That's all I had for matches on this card. Has anyone got any last thoughts before we kind of let people know where they can find us prior to obviously tonight?
Did we talk about Jungle Boy and Sanada?
We did not.
Yeah, you're missing a match there.
Dad Bobby.
I thought there was an IWGP title match. I was
Sorry.
like, what?
Yeah,
Okay,
but let's
so
be
anyway,
honest. I mean, it's going to be, for me, an underwhelming match. You got the least charismatic IWGP champion that we've had in a while with Sanada. And then I know who Jungle Boy is, but like, he changed his name again.
Jungle Boy Jack Perry is sort of what he's been called this entire time. He's being booked pretty hard for having like no charisma. He's also a charisma vacuum. So I hope this is like
his dad kept all the charisma.
I hope they should have hidden this match on the
I mean, they kind of
on the
opening
on the free card. They should have put Starkz versus they should have put the Starkz the Starkz match on the main card, and they should have put this match on the opener.
Yeah. And Parrish let me know that 14 matches on this card, and how could I forget that one? I have no idea. I feel ashamed of myself.
We tried real hard, my guy.
That's right. Yeah, I did my best.
The sad point about this is like this is the match. It's sadly the match I'm least looking forward to on this entire card, and that includes the pre-show matches. Like I want to see the pre-show matches more than I want to see. I want to see Mogul Embassy versus Roppongi Vice and El Desperado more than I want to see Sanada versus Jungle Boy. Because again, I have been thoroughly underwhelmed by Sanada and his entire title reign, same as Mel. And Jack Perry has entered John Cena territory where he's being shoved down our throats, and we just want a heel version of Jungle Boy.
Yeah. Oh, very fair.
Keto version.
What's that, sorry?
Pardon?
Did he say a keto version of Jungle Boy?
Cena.
Oh my goodness, I heard keto and I was like, what? Does that even
I said
mean?
heel, like bad guy.
I think Jungle Boy right now could use the opposite of a keto situation.
Yeah.
He could use some of those carbs, get some of that. He could use some of that extra meat.
He's got to call me up. I'll bulk him up. I'm the king of getting bulked.
That's very fair.
Andre, you are not. You are losing weight, my friend.
I am, but I'm still. I bulked up for years.
Now you're turning your life around.
That's right. It's all about how you feel. Always feel good, happy. And that's what we're going to feel today, because we're going to watch all this and make it through this amazing Sunday of wrestling. It's going to be a fun time. But let's go over to where everybody can reach out to us and find us. I will start over to my side there. Andre, I got a ticker there for you. Hopefully I did it right. But yes, let people know where they can find you, what you got coming up.
Yes, you can find me over on Facebook or on Twitter, Hive, and Mastodon at That Canada Guy, Instagram at That Canada Dude. You can find me on Facebook at Andre and Melball Wrestling Talk, and you can find me over on YouTube at youtube.com/Andre and Melball Wrestling Talk, where me and Mel put up our NJPW Pro Wrestling review and our Stardom review every single week. And you can also find me every Wednesday or Thursday, depending on the day, because my schedule sucks. Talking Secret Invasion with OLED on right here on OLE.
That wonderful OLED person. He's a bundle of fun. Mel, where can the great people reach out to you if I do?
So if you're wanting to follow Melball, you can follow me on Twitter at Collins Melball. You can follow me on Facebook, Instagram, Mastodon, and TikTok at Melball Collins. You can find me on our local establishment every 2 weeks. Tomorrow we're dropping a EVP for Paramindful, all that spooky-ooky-ish. And then you can also find me on Astro Pizarro's YouTube channel doing the Ladies Wrestling Showcase every couple of weeks.
Wonderful. Love all those shows. Yourself, Lauren, where can the great people reach out to you and what you got coming up?
Hey, you can hit up my Twitter at Lulu Goodnight. My Twitch is twitch.tv/Lauren Goodnight. Right now we're doing follow for follow stuff, lots of gaming streams. That's the majority of what I'm spending my time on. I am the newest member of the OLE org, so I'm not doing a ton of work for you guys yet. I'm trying to get my cred up. But I'm going to be doing the post show tonight. Super excited to do that. And man, I try and give you guys a whole bunch of content on my Twitch every single week, something like 12, 16 hours. Just sit and enjoy some time with me. I am very focused on living the comfy life. And if you want to know more about that, hit up my Twitch and my on my Twitter.
Fantastic. There's where you can reach out to me down below there. I am Real Bobby Munson over on Twitter. I am Video Bros SK over on the Instagram, and twitch.tv/videobro_ Bobby Munson, where I've started to get my gaming streams on as well too, a little bit more. So if you ever want to watch me be a grown man crying on screen, that is the place to go check that out, because I am fucking terrible at gaming, but I love doing it all the same. But it's all good. But again, there is the ticker where you can find everything, our local establishment. Make sure to like, follow, subscribe, all those wonderful things all over the place, and get the word of OLE out to the people. And yes, we will be joining you guys very, very shortly after the very long night of wrestling later on here tonight. So I thank everybody on this panel. I look forward to watching the show later and joining you on screen as well too. Thank you, everybody. Take care.